Hey, it's Scott, and we're bringing gaming back. We're going to give you 3 titles in 3 minutes, one to make you cry, one you might want to try, and one you'll definitely want to buy. And to start us off, I've got Darren Gladstone from Games for Windows magazine. Thanks for coming down.
Thank you.
Glad to have you. So, first game, the one that's going to make you cry, which is it?
Actually, it's not going to make just you cry. It's going to make everybody in earshot of the TV cry. It's called Vampire Reign on the 360, and good Lord, man, that's like a Greek tragedy. I tried playing this game. Now, on paper, it sounds really cool. It's vampires in the near future that are kind of starting to show up all over the world, and you're part of some covert team that's supposed to take them down. So it's a little bit of a Splinter Cell or Metal Gear Solid. Sneak around buildings and shoot vampires with guns, right? Problem is, not only is the voice acting horrible, not only is the gameplay horrible, and it looks kind of busted. It looks like basically you're playing a last-gen game on a 360. I mean, it's kind of like the Ed Wood of video games. It's one of those like really slipshod, put-together projects, and that's actually not even doing it justice. Because I actually enjoy Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Okay, so Vampire Reign, avoid like the plague. Which one do they have to try?
You have to try Overlord.
But I won't leave my farm to
Pikmin meets Gremlins, and you're controlling Sauron. So it's this weird, evil game. It's you're going through a fantasy world. You're this evil overlord, or you can be relatively evil, or just straight up just satanic sinister. And the world changes depending on what you do. So as you go through the game, the Gremlins go out and they just totally they run through the world. You control this group. They go through the world. They loot people, towns. They sack everything, and they have these they have characters of their own. So like you have them run through a pumpkin patch or something, and they'll take a pumpkin, drop it on their head. That's a helmet. And they'll just start drinking beer and peeing in public, or they'll ride a sheep and slay it. It's very twisted, and it's like very slapstick.
So for those with a slightly demented sense of humor, this could be a lot of fun.
So you're gonna love it.
So yeah, okay, Overlord, give it a try. Now finally, the one that everybody has to own.
So Civ 4 came out in what, like late 2005, if I'm not mistaken, and it had some bugs. I mean, like memory leaks. The game crashed a bunch, and over time they've been patching it. And like this latest expansion, Beyond the Sword, is a huge improvement. They're adding a lot of cool stuff that should have been in there the first time around. They kind of brought the loose ends together. So it has these galactic Civ-like events in the game. So it has these, and they're very specific to an empire. So let's say, for example, or your choices in how you direct the game. So like, let's say you want to be, you start having a slave culture. There can be a specific to that culture. There's slave uprisings, events that change the course of your history. You have obviously new heroes new leaders, civilization leaders that come in. So like, and they're not tethered to a country now. So like, let's say you want to control Napoleon. You can have him, run the British Empire and see how the redcoats fare against, the American colonies in this weird new world. They always kept it pretty open, pretty fluid, so you can take it wherever you want to, and they allow you to do that here. I mean, there's some really cool stuff they're pulling off, and basically it's addressing the problems and questions that gamers have had since the game first came out. And this expansion basically makes it the game that everyone needs to buy.
All right, thanks, Darren. Appreciate it. So there you have it. Vampire Reign, avoid. Overlord, give it a shot. Civ 4 Beyond the Sword, it's one you gotta have.